name is Todd McPeak. Like John said, I live north of Driscoll, about 45 miles northeast. I'll start off by saying a little bit about our cattle, our hayland, our pasture, and our hayland. We raise Simmental cattle, Blackberry Simmental. We're a cow-calf operation. We sell our calves right off the cow. We don't do any farming, just grass and hay is all we work with. We used to calve January 1st, then we moved it to February, March, April. Now we're at May and June. This picture kind of says why we like May and June. There's a lot of advantages over winter calving. The first year we went to May and June, it seemed like we weren't even calving.
Did you want to back up one time? Yep. I thought that's the one you wanted to.
No, I spent it.
Okay, I'm staying out of it.
And
Sorry.
we, this is a few of the reasons why we like May and June. Is first year we did it was a lot less work. Didn't even seem like we're calving. A lot healthier. When they're born on grass, they just take off. Of course, then it saves a lot of hay because you're not calving like in January. And like I said, a lot less labor. And also, when we're calving in May and June, we stopped taking any animals, so we save on the cost there. We didn't see why disturb them out there when they're calving. Now this is one of our pastures on a rotational system. We've been on a 20-year grazing system. We built up our grazing system really good where we're leaving half the grass. So when we did that, we stopped creeping. We couldn't see any reason why we should creep feed when we were leaving that type of grass. And we also decided to put our money into water line and fences instead of creep. Now this is one of the trials we put in on the next one. It's we put fiberglass in, rubber tires, and this is one of my favorite ones. They're 72 feet. They hold, there's three of them, they're 24 feet each. They hold 800 gallons. They're easy to put in. No minimum disturbance. Grass still grows underneath. And when on a big rotation system, everything calves, everything has time to drink. When we first started the rotation system, we did it twice over, and we're slowly working toward getting toward a once over. Now our grazing system worked really well. Like I said, we're leaving half the grass, but on our hay fields, we were on drought years we lose half the production, or on 1 year we didn't put up any hay. So I went into Jay one day and asked him how come in our pastures we had plenty of grass through dry spells or drought, but on our hay fields our production dropped way off. So we come up with we needed to introduce cattle. So this is one of our first years. We fenced 2 quarters, put water on it, and we needed some type of protection, so we just pushed the snow off the windbreak. And they do need windbreak. They do a lot better with some kind of protection out there. Now the next picture here, it's where the previous picture was. It's snow windbreak. On the top half, there's no animal impact. We didn't feed anything on that half of the border. On the bottom half, we fed for 5 years. Now usually the top half always gave more production. After 5 years of feeding on the south half, we got 800 more pounds of production of hay per acre. Now this picture also is a 20-year-old stand. The brome wasn't seeding out. It was getting, when you look down, you can see the ground easy. It wasn't thick enough, but after 5 years of feeding, the brome started seeding again. Alfalfa was thicker, darker green, and what you can see, it looks like a new stand of hay. Now, so this makes sense. These last 9 pictures I was showing you was on the ranch we leased for 26 years. We lost our lease here 2.5 years ago. I'm a rancher, a farmer bought the land. So we had, I could have stayed, but they're tearing up native grass and farm groundworks. I don't use any chemical. I use strictly grass or hay. I mean, I'm not interested in the farming it. Now this is a slide of the new land we live on. We bought some and also we rent some. And we have been starting right away. We're working on a grazing system, putting tanks in and water lines. Now this is the picture of the stars of the cropland is that we bought. It's been farmed for quite a few years. So that's a 20-year-old stand. The far right one is where it's greener. That's an old stand of hay. Now this is where we divided them up more. You see we put water tanks on because we're going to use the far top one there. You see we'll have three pastures. So we'll have 9 grazing pastures, and we have 19 hayland, or 19 pastures on our native grass, and we'll have 9 on our hayland. Now, this is just a picture where we're putting a pipeline in. You see it's a crop field. We're going to put it all back to hay. Now this one I have a winter tank and a summer tank because we do bring cattle through part of the rotation. So I want an open top one too, just to make sure the cat's getting enough water. Now this is put on a crop field. We already got it. All we got left is to seed it back to hay this spring. Now I know I said I wasn't a farmer. I don't own this drill. I borrowed it from a neighbor, Dennis Deckard, and this is just where we're seeding it back to the hay. Now these are I guess I didn't explain it. We're going to use these hay fields part of the grazing system. So these are the species we put in. Only thing we could have did better, we should have put more flowering plants and some warm season grasses. Now this is the crop field that we seeded back to hay and grass, and also we're planting trees for protection, and we're going to be planting pollinator plants for the bees. Now here's this stack of hay is 800 bales. It's 200 feet long. You can see they can go all the way around it for protection when the wind picks up. Now I'll feed all this hay on the field, so you can imagine the amount of urine and manure and the carbon that's going to be put back on the hayland. Now this is just another picture. We also will pile snow, which you can tell there on the right. So when your hay pile does get lower, you have some protection. The snow will give them some wind protection. But also we'll start taking hay off the one side. We won't work all the way down. So we try to leave as much hay as we go. And also we're saving manure. If you look at a 10-year period, if you could save $4,000 just on the manure bill, that's $40,000 in 10 years. A lot of little things add up. And also by feeding on the hayland, you're improving the quality of hay, so your cows eat less hay. Now this is just another picture where it's a cold day this day, but they get in there and they get a lot of wind protection from the snow. This one's about 8 feet, but we usually put them about 12 feet tall. Now when we feed our cows on the hay fields, you can't tell, but there's actually 3 hay fields in a row here. And we're constantly moving over the field. We don't want to roll it in the same spot, so we get more even distribution of the manure and the urine. Now this picture to me says a lot. The hay field, this summer we had a 6-week dry period, and the field picture on the left side is where we had no animal impact, no feeding. And the picture on the right is we fed for 2 years. You can see the difference already. And what makes the difference, the one on the right, which you can't see on the picture that well, but there's more litter because of the hay they don't clean up. And also also the manure that's helping protect the soil from the sun directly hitting the soil. You can see on the left, there's no protection, so it doesn't respond as quickly. This picture says a lot by feeding underground. Now here we got same pictures before, but I have 200 cows. This I have 200 cows in a group. In September, I can come off there with any number I want, 50 or 100. You know, take the pressure off my native grass and come through these. Say if I go 5 days on 9 of them, that's 45 days. So I take a lot of pressure. This is also a drought time. Now the regrowth is really good because I feed on them all winter. Now let's say if I go up to 14 pastures, how many days will I have on 50 head or whatever amount you would want to use? It relieves the native grass. Now here's another slide where we plowed it in the background. All this hay will be fed here. We have all of it's fed on there as part of, like I said, drought plan. But also this next statement means a lot to me. Before these hay fields weren't fenced, we fenced them and put water on it. Before it had 0 animal impact, now it's going to have 7 to 8 months. So that's a huge difference. We're going to have more animal impact on our hay field than we do our native pasture. So that means a lot there to me. Last fall, this is the same one. Or last spring, we got 2 weeks of grazing on it. Then we hayed it, which you see we piled it. Then we had 3 weeks in the fall. And we went to the 23rd of January before we started supplementing a little with hay. By 1st of November, then we were feeding full hay. Had a little analogy. You prepare your cows all winter. So when spring comes, you have your calves, and they can have their calves and also feed them, and plus breed back. By feeding on your hay fields, you're doing almost identical. You're preparing the ground for when spring comes. You can soil to feed the hay to get the pounds you want, and also seed and thank you.